Hey guys, we're back here at the KeSPA Cup, live at the Nexon Arena. I am Valdez, with me is Wolf, and we are about to jump straight into the round of 8. We got 4 more best of 5s coming at you live.
Yep, we do indeed. And just to put it out there, because I do enjoy chatting with you guys quite a lot, I am Proxy Wolf in the super chat. I'm verifying this now so people don't think I'm faking, but
Yeah, it's a real thing.
I had a request from that chat, something about you hating potatoes. Can someone explain?
Yeah, I don't know what that's about,
this?
actually. That's coming up a lot
Do you
these
hate
days.
potatoes?
No, I love potatoes.
No.
I don't understand.
Because, I mean, people are spreading false information about you hating potatoes.
You got to get that clear here.
I saw
love
that
potatoes.
I saw that was on the GSL. And you hated potatoes as well. And
then some other more racy comments, and then it got taken down because we can't have nice things.
Oh, man. Sad,
anyway.
sad. But, I was concerned because, I hadn't asked you, and I don't think I've ever seen you eat potatoes before. That's not true. Monte Cristo made potatoes for you. You ate those the other day.
Yeah.
You love
I
potatoes.
just had potatoes in my curry today.
Yeah.
You saw me eat that
I saw
in front
you
of
eat
you.
that. Yeah.
I don't know. It's some. I'm sure it's got some hidden meaning. People are going crazy over it right now, but who knows?
Well, you're now part of a meme. Congratulations. We have these events here. The only one that's really important to talk about a lot is the Salmoza event. The I'm a Viper in English, which is obviously people put signs up and grab their girlfriend or whatever and get free things.
Yep. And so smart, so you, so lucky.
Wow.
Looks like you just have to install the Latte Home Shopping app, and
if you propose,
you get 1 chance per person per day. Anyway, what?
If you do some sort of proposal, I couldn't see what kind of proposal it was. You get a $50 gift certificate. That's pretty good.
Well, let's look at a few points here of our first matchup of the round of 8. Flash versus Classic should be a good one. First time facing each other since Hot 6 Cup.
Wow. I don't even know which Hot 6 Cup that was. There's a few of those, but probably the most recent one. Flash is on a 5-game winning streak versus Protoss. And Classic is recently 7-3 versus Terran, including Dream, who he beat in the finals of the Season 2 Star League. So I think he's heavily favored here, but Flash has been showing that he's back into form a little bit. He got fielded as the ace player for KT Roadster in the Pro League Season 3 round 3 finals that keep or semifinals in the playoffs. Whoa, I'm all over the place.
No, man, the Silver Challenger match.
The Silver Challenger match, yeah. That's much easier to say.
Wolf. Yeah. Anyway, I'm really excited for this one. We're going to bring it here to Tablet Man and get these these maps up.
Flash is like, I ban monitors that aren't exactly the right height for my eyes.
Tablet Man is just like, okay, you're crazy. Let me talk to Classic.
Flash is like, yeah, that's correct. I do measure 2.5 centimeters off the side of the desk. Terraform and Iron Fortress are the bans here. Terraform seems to be a bit Zerg favored. Maybe his V-lists are strong there. That's what we saw Dream do a 2 barracks proxy there, and we saw Maru lose on that map.
Terrans don't seem to like Terraform.
Yeah.
Even besides the fact that 5 of 6 of the letters of Terran are in the name. It's kind of strange.
I do not think we'll see Flash doing anything crazy on Dash and Terminal, and it looks like that's going to be the last map anyway, so we might not get to it. But Coda, then Moonglade, Bridgehead, Cactus Valley, Dash, and Terminal. A pretty solid lineup of maps.
I feel so bad for the creator of Moonlight Madness just because we call it Moonglade every time.
Well, there's been a few maps. What was it? There was a map that Calvin and I were commentating, Atlantis Spaceship. We called it Space Bear because it looked like a giant bear was on the map. Well, I think the creator was okay with that, though.
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
There's been some actually great map creators in the history of StarCraft 2. My favorite one is definitely Super O-Man. I don't know how to pronounce his name exactly, but Super OU Man. Definitely made some of the best. I think he was the one who made Cloud Kingdom, for example, back in the day. And I think he retired from map making, but I know he still dabbles every now and then. I'd love to have him making some of these new maps because I feel like, I mean, honestly, some of the maps that we have recently have been community made and community voted. So, when you look at it like that, the only person who gets upset about this is pro gamers who have to play on the map. Yeah. But it is the map that the community voted in. I mean, you guys voted for these maps, and then, of course, then complain about them later. But
well, I feel like some of these maps are pretty close They're pretty close, but I don't know if they're 100% balanced just yet. Of course, there can be some fixes made to the map. They can be updated.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a bit needed on some of these guys, but we'll get it. We'll get it done.
Yeah,
as is the way.
The Dash and Terminal map is really interesting to me because I do have this feeling that it is like an updated version of Scrap Station that might have been like in the map creators sort of like idea of how to start the map.
Yeah.
I know a lot of map makers actually try to recreate Desert Oasis and make it balanced. Doa is a League of Legends commentator, actually was working on that for quite some time before he became a League of Legends commentator and stepped out of Starcraft 2. But, you know, there's always cool maps that are basically inspired by older maps. And I'm of the opinion, to close this thought, that community maps should not be in official tournaments or ladder pools. I think it should be made by official map makers. That's their job to make. But
yeah, I like that idea, too. But anyway, 4 official matches here in 2015. Flash is actually below 50%. He was in a pretty big slump in the beginning of this year, and that is the big reason why. He's been able to shore up that a bit towards the end of this year. He's looking better and better. As we saw in one of our viewpoints, he's on a 5-game winning streak against Protoss, which is pretty good.
Yeah. He's definitely had a tough year, though, and has absolutely not looked to be the Flash we've seen in the past. There's Classic. Our Star League Season 2 champion is now a champion of both Star League and GSL, as those pins indicate. 8-4 versus Terran. And I have to say, I think he's pretty strong in this matchup right now and pretty favored in this series. I hope Flash brings something cool to the table, though.
Yeah, I really hope so, too. Classic, just last night, actually, in Code A, he made, who was that? It was a Protoss player, PvP. Made someone look silly, man. 3-0, really quick, cleaned them up. Yeah. Easy peasy. Didn't take very long.
I mean, he's an incredible player. And I think people really are starting to realize that. He always kind of played second fiddle to Parting on SKT. And Classic was like this player, it's like, well, he is incredibly good. He's really, really good. But he hasn't had a tournament win yet until he had his tournament win. And then even after that, it's like, well, was he a one-hit wonder?
Well, he fell off from there, you know?
Yeah.
Didn't play too well in the Pro League Finals.
Oh, he's taping it. He's taping it.
Get it down. Make sure it's all in the right order. I don't know. It's kind of crooked from my angle here.
Maybe that's how he likes it, because it's crooked too, yeah. But I guess he likes it.
Keyboard looks a little bit crooked too.
Oh, he's
you
like,
gotta get the right temperature.
He's like, I gotta turn it up 1 degree.
Yeah, he literally only clicked it once. He's like, no, it's 25. No, it's gotta be 26.
But yeah, going back to Classic, he's one of those elite SKT players where it's like, okay, he's one of this group of elite players, and back in Season 1 of the real StarCraft 2 Pro League that we had, he didn't come out too often. Then we saw last season he was coming out pretty consistently, but it was just like one of these elite players. It's like, okay, we need this Protoss on this map. Parting his style is not good for it, so we're going to send Classic. They had players like Sulky back then as well. It's like SKT was the group of the best players in the world, and now Classic is considered, I feel like, not just an SKT Protoss, but a top-tier champion. Right?
The SKT Protoss on that note. I'm glad you list him as like an elite SKT player as well. He's not one of those guys that kind of tags along in the back. You know what I'm talking about? Even like Impact today, he looked great, but to be honest, he's not quite on the level of Classic. Classic is a guy who will always come out all the time in any team league and just does fantastically every single season of any individual league now out here in Korea. Looking great here. Flash is looking good against Protoss as well. We are going into Coda as the first map here. Maybe Flash can make something work here on this map. He's gonna need it against this Titan of Classic. Let's jump into the game right now.
KT 롤스터 플래시 이영호 vs SK텔레콤 T1 클래식 김도우.
Here in the top left in the red, our turn player from KT Rolster, it is Flash.
And to the bottom right in yellow, Protoss player is Classic, GSL and Star League champion. And, you know, this guy actually pretty unique for me. The first Protoss I've commentated in a long time. I have actually commentated nothing but TVZs for the past 2 days.
Yeah.
So I've costed 4 best of 5 TVZs in a row. Now we got Classic in here to change it up for me. Thanks, Classic, for being so awesome. Make it into this tournament.
Yeah. I'm sure everybody's really happy. Every single person in the chat.
Oh, we brought him from Suwon all the way here. He's going to get that prize. It's a success, it says down at the bottom.
Where's
right.
the kiss? Missing out on the kiss this time.
I wish I could have read that sign behind him, too. Oh, well. Gas first here for Flash. This has actually become basically the norm on 2-player maps especially. You know you can get that drop in pretty quick. Reaper not as popular.
It's part of the reason why Flash has been so... I don't know, it's part of the reason why he's been so successful. Not the main reason, but just a small part. He's really buying into that big Widow Mine dropping strategy, at least the aggression very early on. He wants to get a big lead in the beginning. Talking about Tassadou here.
Tassadou, of course, a play on the fact that Tassadar and Dou is Classic's name. What's the other player? There's another player that actually gets called another... God, who is
Cure?
it? It's another player who gets another Protoss name. I think the name they use for him is Zeratul.
Zeratul? Yeah. I don't know who it was though.
Oh, I can't remember. Sorry. I think I like totally derailed this, but they call him that's his nickname he has. He has many nicknames because of his chin as well as it resembles a zealot. So people call him the zealot, and also people call him the pizza Protoss because the word for dough is dough in Korean. So
yeah. I mean, other things are made with dough, right?
Yeah, well, I mean,
it's
that's
not just pizza.
Well, that's the word for crust, I should say, on pizzas. They use dough to describe crust.
Oh, okay.
That's why.
All right, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
So we're going to have that very fast factory coming out here from Flash. Really going to up the aggression here a bit. Also making a reactor there on his racks. Could just be making a lot of Marines. Could also switch that with the factory. Start getting out some Hellions.
Yeah, it's all scouted, and we're probably just going to see a robo to follow up this Nexus. He gets the Mothership Core first to build that energy, and the robotics will grant him detection and allow him to shut this down. Since he was only off of 1 gas for this whole time, it's an expensive thing to do to get that Mothership Core out, but it is very important. It makes the defense of any sort of drop play, whether it's Widow Mines, Hellions, Marines, or all 3, so much easier to actually execute. Hellion variation, though, is going to be out. It's a little more popular one right now.
Yeah. We do see that pylon down there at the bottom of the ramp. We've seen this from time to time. It's good for blocking off with 1 Stalker. Actually, the Hellions cannot get up the ramp. I'm not sure if this ramp is the same as the other ramps. It looks pretty big.
Yeah, I think that it might be a bit bigger. I think you guys can use the pylon with 2 Stalkers. The first time I ever saw a player do this was Myungshik in Challenger. I can't remember who he was playing against, but he ended up winning the series and winning the game, and he defended with 2 Stalkers in the ramp. With a pylon here, I think with 2 Stalkers, it's going to be able to block that. Maybe even with 1, actually, in the pylon. Yeah.
It's just 1, but I'm not sure if it works on every ramp, to be honest.
I'm not sure.
Looks like it does. I think Flash may have committed to the scout, or maybe he'll come by a little bit later. Anyway.
Yeah, he's just going to try to harass the main mineral, or the natural mineral line instead. Oh, he's going to go for this. I don't think this is going to work, especially with probes here. Oh, he slips through.
Those are some slippery, snaky Hellions getting in here. He sees the robo, and it's not going to get much damage done, but gets the scout.
Yeah, no damage. Fast third.
Very fast third at the third. We have it. This is like super greed.
Yeah.
Flash, sometimes he's been doing a build where he puts the 3rd CC in his main, and he gets ahead that way, but maybe he's just saying, I could just put it down at the 3rd base. That's really greedy.
The thing is, this is going to get scouted pretty early on, because right now there's only 1 Widow Mine out on the map, which he probably sees. And that's all that's coming across the map. He's expecting a drop, and when 1 doesn't come, he's going to know that something else is going on, and he's going to scout right away with his observer. Might even send his observer right to the 3rd base location. Well, I guess he'll probably check the natural first. When he sees no CC there, that will weird him out. He'll be like, well, where is your CC? What are you doing? You have nothing. Then he'll know at that point that it's going to be a 3rd CC. And how will Classic respond, though? Because this is not something that he deals with very often in televised matches, and I wonder if he's going to just pull on some aggression or if he's going to take his own third base. We don't really know how he handles the situation. I don't think he's ever been faced with this.
Yeah, knowing Classic, I think he'll just take a third base.
Yeah.
You know, we've been... actually, now that I think about it, I think maybe Classic played a Terran. No, I'm not sure, to be honest. Talking about the games yesterday, but he's going to get the scout in here with the observer, and he's going to notice, hey, we've only got this many buildings here. The starport's only getting up now. Something's amok.
Yeah, he's sending the observer around the right side, checking for, like, really proxies, I guess. And it's a really weird path. I guess it's also the spot he drops, so it might be coming at the same time. But he saw what the starport wasn't done, so there wouldn't be any drops. He's, I guess, thinking it's going to be the hidden base up here more than a normal third base, and is going to see the third base on his way over. Twilight Council going up, 2 additional gateways. He's not chroning out a Colossus right now. Now he is, but he's getting that extra observer first, so probably just going to see him drop a third base here, I would say. Otherwise, we'd be seeing a lot more gates right now. He's even adding a cannon. And is that even enough to see this? It's not, I don't think. Nope.
Wow. Oh, man.
That's a
pretty
mistake.
brutal. He's not going to know.
I think he's totally misread the situation. He's like preparing as if this is actually continuing to still be a normal game where he gets harassed. So the starport wasn't even done, and he's making cannons and leaving all his units at home. And even making a third observer. Now he sees this. Well, this is a very late scout. And clearly he didn't have the idea about this before. So you could have argued that after he scouted the main base, he might have thought this was happening, but he definitely didn't, based on this play. So
yeah, looks like he's going to drop 2 more gates and maybe go aggressive. You know, the army here of Flash is not gigantic, but still only 1 Colossus out here. Going to push this back for now. Blink is not yet done.
Indecisive micro there by Flash. Like, he looked like he might have thought about attacking the natural, but decided to pull back instead.
There are 5 observers on the map.
Yeah, he just really misread what Flash was doing. Flash gets away with this greedy third base now, and it's too late to be punished. This Nexus is so late. Like, Flash attacked with those medevacs because he wanted to hit the third and hope it would cancel or kill it as it was just finishing, and while Classic had very few units. And when he got there, he was like, oh, even better, you haven't even started your third. So I don't even need to do what I had planned. I'm just going to step back. I'm way ahead of you in Econ. As long as I don't lose this medevac and I just fly away, it's fine.
Ooh, 2 medevacs coming into the main. Only 4 stalkers here. And Blake's not even done. These guys are going to get the drop down, force all the Colossi back here. Shouldn't get any damage, but pulls that army out of position. Now he's going to try to poke at that third base. Being pretty slow about it, though.
With all the observers on the map, Classic does see this. Overreacting because, yeah, like you said, he was very slow about this. This is actually going to be a close timing here. He doesn't have +1 yet. 2 seconds away. As soon as that finishes, it's going to help him target this. I don't think he can get it.
Nah. Gonna try to snipe the Colossus, but not gonna be able to. Gonna pick up now. 1 unlucky Marauder does not make it.
I like his choice to back away there because, as I said before, he's already had a third base for a while, and he also knew the Nexus was nearly complete. So as it would have completed, then he could have used the Nexus cannons or more firepower, even though that army was small, and he wasn't able to grab the Colossus either. Lost a Marauder, but still, all this pressure is very strong, and Flash is building a very intense army here. I think he might actually try to hit a timing attack with all he's built here, and he's got 2 starports.
Yeah, he's doing this build. We saw this out of MMA yesterday, actually, minus the ghosts, where he only gets 4 medevacs, actually, the entire game, and he just makes only Vikings. And he just, like, piles them on, double reactor starport, just making as many Vikings as possible, and just goes head-to-head.
Yeah.
More of a traditional style.
This is going to be a 3-ghost push. I don't know if that's the official term for it, but that's what I call it, because it's the variation of the Pull the Boys attack where you get a Ghost Academy and you do with your 3 Tech Lab barracks, make 3 Ghosts, and use those EMPs in the fight. And it obviously makes a huge difference if you can eliminate all the shields, if you get a really good EMP. Now, Classic knows about this now. He sees with that Phoenix, oh god, it's a ton of Vikings. He's immediately switching to Templar Archives.
Yeah, immediate. Like, literally the second he saw it, puts it down. He's going to have charge finished up here. He's going to have a pretty strong force of Colossi. 5 of them are going to be out here. He's also added a lot of gateways here. We saw this at a Yonhwa yesterday as well. Just huge reinforcing power in the middle of the fight. If you can extend that fight as much as possible, it's going to be great. Get double warpins. But Flash is maxed out here, and here come the boys.
Yep. And he's got those 3 ghosts. They're coming across the map. We see this push a lot, especially out of the European Koreans. Like MMA loves this type of push. I know you said yesterday it didn't end up doing the. It didn't end up bringing the ghosts.
Yeah,
but
boys.
We see this a lot. Yoda is famous for doing this as well. And also played in WCS Premier in Europe. This is a really, really strong push. And if your units are all clumped against the ghosts, they can be devastating.
He's doing this so well, too, and this is the perfect map to do it on because it is so hard to either – you have to, like, give up your third or give up your natural. And Flash is straight up going into the natural here. Classic's army is totally out of position.
And this is a – oh, God, he lost his mothership core with a bad rally as well. And look at this position. No way does he break that ramp. There is absolutely no way. The Vikings annihilate the Colossi. Not even a chance here. Warpins on both sides. These are land the Vikings
in the front to tank, trying to warp in from behind too, but this is just so much DPS. He lands the Vikings, and there's just not enough here for Classic.
He had the armor upgrade advantage. It just didn't matter. And this actually goes back to that third base, guys. Classic did not react accordingly. He did not attack it to punish. He did not make a greedy third base. And all of those things lead to his demise here because Flash had just an economic advantage that was overwhelming. He realized it and realized, you know, I've got just enough time to get 3 ghosts out. There's no way you have Storm, and I will crush you with this push. Really well executed. GG. That was a really great game by Flash, but the bigger issue was that Classic did not react. He didn't know. He had the wrong feeling about the game. He saw the start part was late, was still insanely concerned about drops, making a cannon in his base, making 5 observers before he made his first Colossus. It's not what he needed against this type of play.
You know, I don't know. I'm beginning to think that Flash, especially, you know, he's known for being so greedy, and the way that Protosses are playing in this matchup right now is pretty defensive. In terms of, you know, you think about Protoss specifically like Classic. This guy is almost always going to play defensively in this matchup. He's taking advantage of it entirely. And even though Classic made 5 observers in that game, he was not able to spot that third until it had been up and mining for nearly 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It's insane.